Hello, and welcome to my 2001 A Space Odyssey review slash explained video. Now, a lot of people don't get 2001 Space Odyssey, and especially when it came out in 1968, which I kind of understood it, but not fully, until my dad explained it to me, and I'm here to explain it to you. Now, sit back and relax. It's maybe a long video, I don't know how long it will take me to explain it. Right, so let's start off at the beginning. The dawn of man. The apes. The apes are there, and they fall asleep, wake up, and a monolith has appeared. A black, rectangular monolith has just appeared randomly out of nowhere. They don't know what it is. They go up to it, and they touch it. And then all of a sudden, in the next scene, you see an ape look at a carcass and pick up a bone, and start hitting carcass of a tapir, I think, I can't remember. And the monolith has given the apes intelligence, and the intelligence has made them get weapons, which has made them the most dominant species on Earth, and then they evolve into us humans. And that was the whole point of the monolith. And then 4 million years later, they go to the moon, and something's a bit wrong. They don't know what it is. They go there, and they go to the monolith. Then the humans touch it, and then a loud screeching noise happens, and it signals that there's another one, and at Jupiter. And then the whole film from there is them going to Jupiter to find the other thing at the monolith. And that's when I think the movie really is good. The first half an hour is with the monkeys, and it's brilliant. And the beginning of the film, actually, is in darkness, and it's just music. And in the cinema, which I went to see it, it's brilliant. And the special effects as well are fantastic. And for 1968, they're better than a lot of films nowadays. Transformers. Yeah, a lot of brilliant special effects, and the soundtrack is superb. And a lot of things, kind of, not all of it, but a lot of stuff, obviously Christopher Nolan took from 2001 and put it in Interstellar, which is so far my film of the year, and the best film I've ever seen, that's my opinion. Yeah, and they go to Jupiter, and on the ship there is a robot called HAL 9000, which is a creation of humans, and the creation of human is a robot that has no faults. Nothing has ever gone wrong with it, and nothing will, he says. And they, Bowman, and I can't remember the other guy's name, Bowman and another guy, they go into like a little pod thing, and Hal can't hear them, so they start talking, saying, oh, we should get rid of him, and he can read their lips. And then they go out. One of them, it dies, and Bowman tries to save him, but he can't. And then when he goes back, there's a great scene of him saying, Hal, let me in, and he goes, Dave, I can't let you in, and it's brilliant. It is brilliant. He is a brilliant character, and is a brilliant robot. And so he tries to find another way in, discusses with Hal won't let him in, finds a way into the airlock, which is really cool. And then he goes back in and he dismantles Hal, and it's a brilliant scene of his dismantling it, and you can hear Hal slowly dying, and it's quite a sad scene, but very good. And that kind of signifies humans, something they've created has failed. And what Kubrick is trying to say in this film is humans are a failed species. They've created something that apparently will never do anything wrong, and it has, and it's failed. They are a failed species, and they're failed. And that's what he's trying to show. That's why there's no dialogue, and the dialogue is boring. He got no-name actors who are slightly famous now. Got no-name actors who are to play parts so no one would have a contact with them. Say if nowadays they did 2001 and they got Matthew McConaughey, like in Interstellar, people would have they would feel it's real because they like him, and he didn't get no actors, so you didn't have contact with the humans. He wanted the humans to not be the main part, which I don't think people got. And the reason there was no dialogue, and it was boring dialogue, was he didn't want people... The humans were not the main point of the film, which I don't think people got. But that's why. And then he gets to Jupiter, and it's the Stargate sequence, which is a brilliant sequence of flashing lights and everything, and that is to show Bowman what it's like for these aliens who placed the monolith. That's what it's like to do what they do. How they see the universe is that, and it was too hard for him to handle, so they put him in something he is used to, a hotel room. And each scene he looks, and he sees an older version of himself. And then it finally gets to the bit where he's eating, which kind of signifies the Last Supper. And then he turns around again and he sees himself in the deathbed. And then the guy in the deathbed looks at the monolith and then points to it. And then the next scene is the baby flying over Earth. And then it shows Earth. And the monolith was kind of like an egg, basically. Just think of it as an egg. It gives life. And the star and the aliens gave Bowman life. That baby is Bowman. That is him reborn as the Star Child. And the Star Child can go around and just do whatever he wants and gives life to other planets. And that hotel room is what it is like to be them. And it keeps seeing older stages of himself, and then he's reborn as a Star Child, so they picked him. And that is basically it. That's basically 2001 Space Odyssey. It is a masterpiece of cinema, and one of the best films ever made, in my opinion. It is brilliant, soundtrack is amazing, special effects brilliant, just everything about it is marvellous. Stanley Kubrick is a genius, and this film is brilliant. In my opinion, it's not as good as Interstellar, that's just my honest opinion. But it is a brilliant film, and if you haven't seen it, I suggest you go and see it now. And especially see it before Interstellar, that's a bit late now. But yeah, this was my review and analysed or explained video of 2001, A Space Odyssey. Thank you for watching, guys. And if you want to look at my other videos, I've got a Interstellar review, and other reviews. I am doing an Imitation Game review soon, and I should be doing an Exodus Hobbit review by the end of the year, and then my top 10 list will come out in January, because Whiplash and The Theory of Everything and Birdman come out in January in England, so I'll be doing it mid-January, maybe late January, and then after that, Nightcrawler comes out, unfortunately, on Blu-ray in March, so I won't be able to do a review of that until then, and it won't be a part of my top 10 video either of the year. Neither will Gone Girl, won't be, because that doesn't come out until February for me, and neither will some other films. So stay tuned for that video, and I'll see you guys in my next video.